Hi traders, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here, and welcome to the weekly Forex review for the week starting on 11th of February to 16th of February. The previous week was unbelievably amazing. The plan followed and worked simply perfect. The opportunities provided hundreds of pips to be collected, actually in all total more than 1000 pip in profits with all the moves. Thank you, Mr. Market, for providing us such an amazing start for 2018. We are looking forward for more, and thank you for following. I hope you managed to enjoy from the moves that were predicted in the previous week and from the setups that provided the great returns. So before we start, I would like to thank you for your time. Thank you for finding this quarter of hour, 20 minutes for watching my weekly review, my weekly forecast, what I'm planning to trade and how I plan to trade this week, so I can share with you basically my own plans, how I plan to work with the chart and where I expect most of the things to happen. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you do, please hit the like button below the video, and your feedback, your comment would be more than welcome. If there is any instrument, trading instrument that I don't cover in this video and you would like me to cover, so please below the video leave your comment and ask the setup or the instrument that you want me to go over. In one video I cannot cover all of them, of course, so if you want anything specific, please let me know. And of course, I would like to invite you to the Traders Academy Club. We are trading the market live on every single day, twice per day. All these things we're talking here and much more on daily basis are in the live rooms and in the trading report. So you don't need to basically guess what's going to happen with the market, because we are working it through together and we are working it on the chart live twice per day, European and the US sessions mainly. So let's begin. Once again, thank you for your time. This week I expect to be very interesting. The first pair on the list is the euro dollar, and with this one we have been following for a while now. You remember this cycle that I have been talking about on my previous weeks, and this resistance area, the divergence that is developing on the weekly chart. We expected the move down to begin. That was a very possible scenario, and I am definitely keep doors open for something like that to happen. How long could that happen to? I think anywhere until May, June, July. So basically somewhere here, slowly dropping down before well, with big probabilities we're gonna see that climbing even higher. So what should we do on the lower time frame after we have the direction? On the lower time frame we have basically this cycle. We are bouncing right from the 161.8 Fibonacci extension of the cycle. We have the trend line there. As you can see, we have the action zone. On the lower time frames, this is a cycle by itself. So basically I would easily expect the euro dollar to start some kind of short-term war between the buys and the sells. If we get two waves retrace here back to the action zone, right, we have here the zones where we can expect basically the turnaround from. More the trend line, break below the trend line, and we can start looking for the sell continuation. Alternatively, if the euro dollar does something like that, fly through these levels in one straight leg, this is a warning sign that we might go and start looking for retraces and buys, as in that case we can easily see the euro climbing towards 126 or higher. So be very careful with full-time sell here. Easily we can see that turning around and going higher. In order to go for a healthy sell, what we was basically in the previous week we wanted to see this low broken. It was, we got the retrace to the action zone and we got a sell area, and now we are on this area, and that's why we have to be critical and specific. We have the retrace, back to the action zones here or here, breakout, and then we can start looking for the sells. Okay, the next one on the list is going to be the pound dollar, which bounces from a very powerful zone. We are talking about the 140 plus. For the long run, it has more reasons to go, but I want to pay attention to something that is formed here and why it is a great one to trade. We have a triple cycle here. It was a bearish divergence turned to be a fake convergence in a rally at the end of the triple cycle. We had a beautiful harami pattern there, breaking it to the downside and providing us, take a look here carefully guys, triple cycle. So we have 1, 2, 3 developing, which means I would expect 2 waves to the upside, and once it breaks, continue to the sells, aiming it all the way to the, let's go back here, to the weekly retrace, so basically down to this area. If you take a look here on the 4-hour chart, that's the zone where I would expect buy signals to start and appear and get a turnaround here into 2 waves correction. Now if you take a look on the statistics day, we can figure out that the 12th is the beginning of the next week, the coming week, right? Is a critical day for buys. So if we manage to get the setup for buys, get the areas we want to act from, which is here or here, we are looking for the buy evidence on the lower time frame in terms of trendline breakout, higher highs for momentum, and then we can actually go and trade it to the bullish direction in terms of the correction. Dollar yen, I want to pay your attention here for well, something very tricky that might be a trap. This is a range. That's 161.8. Beautiful bullish divergence potentially forming right on the bottom. That's a cycle by itself. That looks like a false break. Simply stunning for buys, right? And yes, it could go and start taking us all the way to new highs. But, and here comes the but, that might be a trap for further continuation. Why? Because the previous way of the daily here was a triple cycle. And that could be exactly the trap it creates before it continues breaking that, retesting and going all the way lower to the level of 100. Definitely doable possibility. So the best way to go for longs in that case would be if we break the trend line and if we start to create higher highs, right? So higher highs, then we are looking for intraday retraces down back to the action zones and going longs. If it refuses to do so, then these areas, guys, could use us as a classical zones for a massive sell continuation. And I want your focus here because it looks like all-time buys, but such setups many times fail. That could turn to be just a range with further continuation down. So I want you to be very careful here. Euro yen is amazing from my point of view. Again, the way I see that, this area, you can see by itself how critical this area is. A beautiful respect of the 161. I was looking for 138 zone up to 140 zone, missed like few pips in terms of the weekly chart. Now we have the bearish divergence here. We have a beautiful engulfing, simply classical situation. And if we take a look on a daily chart, we will figure out that this is a false break. This is the second false break after this scenario. And for the first time on the tops at the end of this cycle, we are gaining lower lows. Now we have the action zones here, so I would expect it to go and rally to this action zone or slightly higher, and from there look for sell continuation, which could go and be pretty deep. Pound yen is basically the same story. We had a double wave correction here, which on a daily provides this triple cycle. Classical engulfing form, beautiful bearish divergence, without any doubts, a classical technical setup. We have the trend lines broken. That was the last trend line, that's the bigger trend line, that's the full trend line. They all are broken. We have a bearish divergence, and more than that, we have here, let me just erase the previous lines, we have here a bearish convergence, which means that action zones for us are retraces and sell, retraces and sell on let the retrace happen, and on lower time frames go and look for the sell setups. Pound Canadian, I want to pay your attention here to the level of 38.2 of the weekly chart, which is holding and creating here some classical candle pattern, which I call triple special. It's double green candle, while the second candle is inner candle, no new high, no new low, and a red candle is a candle that makes a false high. So it has a new high here, which is a fake high, and ending down as a kicker pattern. That's a simply stunning opportunity for a trade. So what I would like to see here is this is the daily chart. We have a triple cycle. I would like to see this low broken, and then go and retest the previous action zones and look for deeper sells. If it doesn't break this low basically and continue higher, there is a very healthy chance in that case that we are going to climb, oh sorry, that we are going to climb, no, what's going on here, that we are going to climb towards the 50%, which will be 183. So that's why I would like to see the low being broken first of all, this one, right? Break below, retest the action zones and look for sells. There is a great chance we are going back to the area of 169 down to 167. Pound Kiwi, I've been asked a lot about this pair on the last week. My view is for the very long term only for buys. That's the areas I would like to act from, 1 and 2. So I would like to see, this could be, by the way, the range, right? Because we have a false break on the top, false break on the bottom. That could be a classical scenario for a retrace down and look for buys. So I want to see look for buy evidences here. If we get any, I will start to collect it. If we just go through that, this will be the next area before we fly further up. And the CAD franc, a pair that I've been watching for a while now, is reaching finally the 161.8. We have the extreme divergence formed here. RSI next to 20, MACD completely new low compared to all the others. So from my point of view, that's a great buy opportunity. We have the false break, so by ideal we need to go for higher highs, cross above that, and then start to look for retraces and buy setups. And for more aggressive setup is to go and to mark this trend line, go above the trend line, 2 waves retrace on lower time frames, breakout, and we have the long, small risk, huge potential reward. I would keep an eye on this pair. It's really amazing. Gold, sexy levels. We have one action zone here, second action zone right here. Bullish divergence going and developing itself. So I want to see that going and breaking above the trend line, then going retesting that and looking for the buy evidences. If we get this new low, then the trend line is going to be updated like this, and we are after buys from this breakout. Oil almost reached the 50% of this. That was slightly higher around this zone. We have the bearish divergence here, no doubt, and the daily chart had a cycle by itself, no doubt. So basically that's a massive creation for sell. After breaking this low and creating this convergence, basically game is over for the long-term buys. And what I would be looking to do is, this is our first zone that could be all the way to the second, 55 out of 52. So what I would be looking here with the oil is short-term retraces to the action zones here, or slightly higher, pullbacks and sells, pullbacks and sells. And that's what I would be looking to do. Dow Jones indices, well, we've been talking about the sales massively after the engulfing. We covered it on the previous week. You see yourself what happens, guys. Now, I've been asked a lot, what's my view? Is that all-time high? Are we now in front of another crash? That was 1988, 2008, now 2018, every 10 years. Well, that could happen. This bubble wall was going so high without a real reason from my point of view. The way I see that, and again, that's only my view, that this could be the beginning, or at least something like that, back to the trend line here and the corrective area of this cycle. So I do expect more moves to the downside. Every rally in 2 waves on the lower time frames from my or range, yeah, I will be looking to go and sell the rallies there on the daily or the 4-hour chart. That's the German DAX, which from my point of view is the sexiest among them all. This is a classical technical setup on the monthly chart at the end of double cycle and triple cycle. We cannot ask for more when it comes to technical setup, and it was ending with second false break convergence on lower lows here. Simply the best we can ask for. So pullbacks back to the action zones here, and I would be looking for sales that could start and become very massive to the downside. I think it has a room. Cryptocurrencies, Ripple, following the plan, bounced here with the false break. So from my point of view, as long as this low holds, I will be looking to go and look for buys there. On the 4-hour chart, you can see that, well, this is the Ripple versus the BIT, the same like the original Ripple mainly. We can see that we are holding here the support, breaking the trend line. So every little time frame pullback, like 1-hour chart, for example, 4-hour, 1-hour chart, maybe even lower for the intraday traders of you, and look for the buys. There is a good chance we are going to rally. Bitcoin respected our plan 1-to-1, holding the trend line here so far. More and more positive news started to come up here. So as long as this low holds, I would be looking for lower time frames retraces and go for buys. I think this is a great beginning, and there is a great chance this is just the beginning of many of them. And IOTA, the last one on the list, this is what it's doing. The trend line here is broken, the big trend line is broken, the momentum is gaining. The way I see that, as long as this low holds, we should gain here new highs, get a retrace in 2 waves, and I expect that to fly. IOTA, from my point of view, has a potential to become mainstream on the coming months, maybe years, and I think this is one of the smartest opportunities. I might be very wrong, of course. This is just my personal view. It's no way a recommendation for an action or any alert. Just my view that I want to share with you, and that's all. That's the week. That's the setups I plan to trade, and that's the way I plan to do that. So of course, during the week I do my adjustments the way the market develops, and I already invited you. I invite you once again to join us in the Traders Academy Club and do that together, deal with the market live together every single day during the week, twice per day, with myself and my chief trader in the Traders Academy Club, Jordan. And that's all. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate the fact that you find the time in your busy schedule and watch my reviews. I try my best to be beneficial for you and bring you the quality that you expect. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave your feedback below and hit the like button. Feel free to share with anyone who you think can have a benefit from that together. That's all. All my strategies that I use on a daily basis are available for you on the links below this video, so you can go there and watch how exactly I trade, including the performance. And that's all. Thank you very much for your time. Once again, I wish you a fantastic, tradable, profitable, successful week in terms of trading and personal life. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the Traders Academy Club and the next weekend. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov, Traders Academy Club.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate your time. We invite you to join the #1 ranked trading club online, the Traders Academy Club, and to start trading like a real professional. Our students make amazing returns, and you can do too. Let your successful trading journey begin. Join Traders Academy Club using the link below this video now.